Amrabat first Ten Hag meeting after a while is set to happen today at Carrington. Fabrizio Romano is going to confirm to us that he's going to meet Erik Ten Hag and obviously do the rest of the works, the media duties. To see to it that Sofyan Amrabat will be seen into that red shirt of Manchester United before he travels to go ahead and play for Morocco in the African Cup of Nation qualifiers. Welcome to United Matters channel. How are you guys and where are you watching us from? Second video of the day. We are all charged by the Lord Jesus Christ, and the Muslims, I know you're charged by Allah. And thank you for obviously keeping it United Matters channel. We thank you for the gift of life that is the Lord God and Allah, and let's set this rolling. Mason Greenwood is a player that has been out of action for a very long time, and we now know where he's going to be playing at. But Fabrizio Romano is going to obviously issue a very huge update on Mason Greenwood's deal, and it shows something that is still attached to Man United 100%. And lastly, Facundo Pellistri coming in through to put in a shift, proving to Erik Ten Hag, and Ten Hag is going to reject very many moves for him to stay at Man United and prove himself. Dean Henderson has another message to the fans of Man United after leaving the club of Manchester United. Let's see close to 400 likes much on this video. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on the stories that we do upload in here on a daily. And Rokan David is my name. Now, Sofyan Amrabat was yesterday signed as a Man United player, loan with an option to buy. 10 million euros is the loan fee that United put up onto that table of Fiorentina. They accepted it, and there is a mandatory clause to buy before the end of June. Sorry, before the starting of June, meaning that in May, United have to pay 20 million euros to Fiorentina plus 2 million euros, meaning that the entire deal is going to cost Man United 32 million euros. That is it. So after all that, Fabrizio Romano is going to confirm to us that the guy was not in England, and that's why when I saw Sky Sports posting that Sofyan Amrabat is undergoing his medical at Carrington, I just kept myself tight-lipped. I said nothing because you wouldn't have gone ahead to believe me. But the fact is, Sofyan Amrabat had not traveled to Manchester. Everything was done in Italy, and he is now set to travel to Manchester United today to come and get the job done. And now, who has the right information about his travels and where the medical took place? It was none other than Fabrizio Romano this morning confirming to us that Sofyan Amrabat will travel to Manchester today after medical tests completed in Pisa on Friday. Man United waiting for Sofyan Amrabat for media duties. Amrabat spoke to Ten Hag on Friday again after he agreed with Fiorentina. That is it. So, Sofyan Amrabat never traveled to Manchester United, and no medical was done in Manchester. If at all you hear anyone telling you that, that is a naked lie. That person is selling lies to you. And Sky Sports, shame upon you for a story you put out that the lad was at Old Trafford yesterday and underwent his medical. And I was so much shocked that Sky Sports was trading that story. And when United went ahead to obviously put out to announce the signing of Sofyan Amrabat, they never put out his photo, because if at all he was at Old Trafford, sorry, at Carrington, they would have gone ahead to obviously show us that photo of him holding the shirt of Man United, but they never. And guess what they did? This is the artwork they put up. This is the artwork they put up, onto their post. That is. And they never released photos of Sofyan Amrabat. So it shows you that it was a farce being sold to us by Sky Sports. And obviously, here comes the man. Here comes the man, Fabrizio Romano, going ahead to throw what we call genuine light onto this deal. Now, Sofyan Amrabat held his medical on Friday in Pisa in Italy, and he's traveling to Carrington today to undergo his media duties. He went ahead to talk to Erik Ten Hag for the very first time. Again after the deal was confirmed, done and dusted. and Erik ten Hag was really impressed. And even Sofyan Amrabat was really impressed because he knew that Ten Hag and Man United had kept their word, because the guy rejected very many teams. Close to 11 teams were interested in Sofyan Amrabat. He said no, and he said, I'm only going to play for one team, that is Manchester United. That is Sofyan Amrabat for you. Now, after that, he's coming in through at Man United, and he's going to meet Erik ten Hag for the very first time physically as his manager. Remember, he was last his manager in 2017 when he left him at Utrecht, and Erik ten Hag joined Ajax. He was his manager for 2 years that side, and he knew him very well. So they are meeting for the very first time today at Carrington, and you're going to see those photos maybe today or tomorrow or on Monday after that game of Arsenal is done and dusted. But that means he's not going even to take part in that Arsenal game. I know very many people were obviously trying to insinuate that he's going to play this game or take part in the game of Arsenal. That was out of contention because that never came to pass, because everything was really out of the reach of the side of Manchester United, because they really decided the medical to be done down in the medical was supposed to be done down in Italy to buy time to get this deal over the line. Now, after that, doing the media duties of Man United, is going to travel to Morocco to play for them in the remaining two African Cup qualifiers. That is against Liberia at home and Burkina Faso on Tuesday. That is Morocco for you. That is the AFCON qualifier. And when you look at their group, Morocco is going to hate to play 3 games, and South Africa is stopping it. So they need to obviously win the remaining 3 games to see themselves obviously qualify. So they need Sofyan Amrabat in those fixtures. So he's going to play for his team, and we pray to it that he comes out uninjured, being a physically fit man, ready to return, to see to it that we face a team called Brighton on the 16th of September. That is it for Sofyan Amrabat meeting up with Erik ten Hag for the very first time since 2017 as his manager at Utrecht. Some good case for the club of Man United, and that is good news to see to it that that's going to head to obviously be put into the limelight. Now, I would love to obviously go to the Mason Greenwood story, and Manchester United yesterday night towards the deadline of the transfer window, they put up an article that Greenwood joins Getafe on loan. Now, they said Mason Greenwood has signed for La Liga side Getafe FC on a season-long loan subject to international clearance. The move enables Greenwood to begin to rebuild his career away from Man United. The club will continue to offer its support to Mason Greenwood and his family during this period of transition. Now, this is where the big question came in through, that what exactly does the club of Man United really have to do with Mason Greenwood? Because all the indicators were the contract was going to be terminated and he is no longer a player of Man United. But amidst everything that is going to have to happen and the statement they put out, Greenwood still holds a position or a place on the website of Man United as far as the player section is concerned, and it was United spearheading this deal to see to it that they obviously sell or see Mason Greenwood go somewhere else to play the game of football, all in the name of them not having the money to compensate him in there for you. That is Mason Greenwood for you. So they will continue to pay that amount of money, and Getafe will try to pay out a little bit. Now, the shocker was this, because most of us thought that maybe United are working to obviously see Greenwood leave the club of Man United, but today morning, Fabrizio is going to have to give us more details about this deal of Greenwood to Getafe, and they told us that Mason Greenwood will formally return to Man United in 2024 as he has left the club on loan to join Getafe. Understand, United pay more than 50% of the salary, just small part covered by Getafe. Now, what kind of deal are we doing as Manchester United in such a time? You cannot all come out and obviously tell me that we are doing such stupid deals as Man United. You know, if you don't want Greenwood, let him go and compensate him, terminate his contract and compensate him. Now, is it a sign that United don't want Greenwood to go and they're trying to find a common understanding of Greenwood going back to his form, firing up all cylinders at Getafe and obviously putting in all the required shifts? Because I know if Greenwood is firing in all cylinders and hitting the ground running in La Liga and scoring in goals, even if he does not return to Man United, a team will come in through and obviously offer cash for Mason Greenwood and they'll buy him. So maybe United are just buying themselves time for Greenwood to get back to where he is or to get back to where he was. La Liga, I know, is going to thrive. That's going to take him some time to get back to where he's supposed to be, and then he will be sold. United don't want to make a huge loss and they want to sell the player. To me, I think the return is going to be hard for Mason Greenwood to Man United, but I think they're having a plan of selling him and obviously getting in like 30 million euros or 40 or 50 out of the player sale. Because if he goes ahead and scores some 20 goals in the La Liga, obviously Getafe itself will try to obviously buy him, or else a team in Italian Serie A or French League One or the Turkish League or Saudi Pro League will say we're having some good money for Mason Greenwood. And I think Greenwood has the platform now to shine. A man who has gone ahead to take close to, are they even 20 months without kicking a ball, he has a chance to revive his career. That is Mason Greenwood for you. So Greenwood will return to Man United, but all I understand is this man is going to be up for sale. If at all he performs very well at Getafe, and the deal of him to Lazio collapsed in the dying hours because the window of Italy closed before the papers had been submitted to that side. Now, after that, let's talk about Facundo Pellistri, another player that has not gone ahead to get moved on by Erik ten Hag, and Laurie Whitwell has gone ahead and confirmed to us that Facundo Pellistri to stay at Man United this window after talks with Erik ten Hag held. Pellistri attracted lots of attention from clubs at loan, Sheffield United plus FC20 among them, but ten Hag wants to keep him. So to me, I'm excited. I'm excited that we are keeping Facundo Pellistri. If at all things don't work well for the first half of the season, maybe during January he'll find a loan move that will help him get ample playing time. But as it stands, with Amad Diallo out until further notice, you will obviously need a player like Pellistri who comes on through or obviously starts games on the right attacking side of the midfield, especially when it comes to the games of the Carabao Cup, FA Cup, some games of the Champions League, because Anthony is not going to be fit. You know that he plays some 10-8 games, he gets an injury, and that will obviously cost us as a team of Man United. So we wouldn't like to be having lack of quality, especially in some positions, and that's why Ten Hag wants Facundo Pellistri to stay. He joins Hannibal, another one that Ten Hag has gone ahead to keep at the club of Man United, and he wants to obviously find a perfect playing time for these players. He sat them down and told them that you are going nowhere. I'm going to keep you here until when I see to it that I cannot fit you into my team. But according to the plans I'm having for you, I can 100% fit you into my team. Those are the words of Erik ten Hag to Hannibal and Facundo Pellistri. And we are just delighted to see that these amazing talents are really still at the club of Man United. And lastly, Dean Henderson has gone ahead and obviously put another message up onto the Man United TV, and this is what he had to say about his departure from Manchester United. And he sent this message to the fans of Man United that a huge thank you to everyone from the bottom of my heart. I love the club and will continue to support them. I've just had a baby boy who will be a Red. Thank you for everything and I wish the best for the future. So, Dean Henderson is a player who obviously knocked the door of Erik ten Hag and told him, if you're not going to play me regularly as a first choice goalkeeper, I want out. And he obviously stormed the door, and Ten Hag respected his decision and told him, you can't be my first choice goalkeeper. and he sold him out. So right now, he's one of those goalkeepers that is doing some good job at Crystal Palace, and United went ahead to get in some £20 million from his sale, £15 million plus £5 million of add-ons, and a sell on clause if at all Crystal Palace happen to sell him later. So wish him the best of luck, and now we call upon your reactions about Amrabat meeting Ten Hag today at Carrington. Welcome in the comment section below. He's also going to do the media duties. And what do you make about Greenwood return to Man United and Facundo Pellistri going nowhere, plus Dean Henderson's message to the fans of Man United? May the living true God protect you abundantly. The Muslims, may Allah see you out, and Barakallahu Fikum. I sign out for now. See you later. Ciao, ciao.